Yes. Let's get to it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't want to listen to Adam Silver yet, bro. Just hurry up and get the number one pick going. Yee. Cam Boozer in all white. That's clean. Finally. This shouldn't take 5 minutes. This should honestly take 30 seconds. Whoa. Gotta chill. But yeah, this should only take about 30 seconds. But we know they got to do their whole B-roll and yap session. So this probably gonna go to about 2.5, 2 minutes. But yeah, I mean, it should obviously be AJ. 100%. Julius Irvin's ceiling is nuts. It's I think it's a little bit higher than that, but first pick should 100% be AJ DeBonsta, and I don't even know what's taking so long. The pick should already be in if we're gonna be honest. Obviously, it's been a lot of conversation about Darren Peterson, but personally, I'm not. I'm not taking Peterson number one, especially as a Wizards fan. We haven't had a fucking a wing worth a damn since like Paul Pierce, and he was 36. So I think Booze is going 2-2. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, we know Danny Ainge is like he gonna take somebody even if they don't want to go there. He took Ace Bailey last year. I think as long as he thinks Darren Peterson is the best player available, he's gonna take him. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say the draft starts at like 4 or 5, but I think it honestly starts at 2 for real because it could be Cam or it could be Darren Peterson. And it's really up in the air. I think a lot of these teams have kind of done a good job of like throwing smoke screens and just getting a lot of different information out there to the point where like we don't even really know what the first pick is going to be technically. But yeah, I definitely think it probably should be Booze number two, just because I honestly just want to see DP in Memphis. I feel like they trade Ja, he kind of gets like a blank canvas. I'd be into that. I'd definitely be tuned into that. Mm. Talk about Anthony Davis right now. Please, for love of God, do not extend him. But the pick is in right now, so let's get on to it and get AJ to bounce up. on the Washington Wizards because we already know what the pick is about to be. They just still talking, but it's fine. We'll see what Adam Silver said. Really good card. I mean, yeah, you just put Cam Spencer. They have Cam Spencer, right? I mean, they have what's his name from Cleveland? Why am I forgetting? Oh, Ty Jerome. They have him too. So Ty Jerome and Darren Peterson for like the next 2 years is cool, and then you go get him like a probably a two if he says he wants to be a point guard. Get him a good like scoring, defending two. That's a solid backcourt. All right, man. The pick has been in for about 15 minutes. Why are we still looking at these niggas? Let's get it. Let's get it going. I understand y'all gotta make y'all TV time money and shit, but like, come on, man. Let's not overdo it. Well, I mean, since they gonna make us sit here, we may as well just go ahead and take a little look. Can I do this right here? Yeah. Take a little look into the Washington Wizards roster. Obviously, if you haven't been sleeping under a rock, you know that Trey Young just got this massive, massive extension, and everybody is just like doing the most over it. Like, is it an overpay? Yeah, a little bit. But like, what are we supposed to do? I mean, we haven't had a point guard since John Wall, and I mean after that, we literally had nobody. But forget that. The pick is in. Let's see what Adam Silver is talking about. Yep. AJ DeBonsa goes number one to the Washington Wizards. What a dream, man. What a dream. I feel like we already won the chip for real. Man, completely different from the Jan Vesley days and the oh man. This is good right here. This is some real good shit. Shout out to Will Dock, man. I'm about to take me a shot. No bull. Hey man. Trey Young, I think probably Bilal or Keyshawn at the two, AJ at the threes, Sar at the four, AD at the five, or AD at the four, Sar at the five. That's at least a playing team if you ask me. At the very, very least. Now, if you want my biased Wizards opinion, that's a top six seed in the East. But like I said, that's just a biased opinion. That's probably highly unlikely. But yeah, AJ DeBonsta to the Washington Wizards. Man, I'm excited. Super, super excited. I might go buy a jersey tonight. I can't lie. I might get drunk and buy a jersey. Ooh. But now we on to pick number two. And this is where the draft starts for me personally. Of course, we know Keontae George, he's looking for an extension. They have Laurie Markkinen. They just traded for Jaren Jackson Jr. Walker Kessler's a free agent this year, but it's looking like his market might be dwindling down a little bit with the Chicago Bulls just picking up Nick Claxton, Isaiah Collier off the bench, Ace Bailey, of course. Bryce Sensabaugh, I believe, is a free agent. He may be restricted. But I mean, even if you look down the roster, they can go a lot of directions. But I think Darren Peterson is probably the best direction, especially since Walker Kessler's market looks like it's going down a little bit. So if you can maybe move Jaren Jackson to the five, or maybe just get another like rebounding defending five to sit next to Jaren Jackson Jr. at the four. You keep Laurie at the three. You put DP here at the two, and then obviously you got Keontae George or Isaiah Collier, whichever one you decide to go with in the future. The money decisions are gonna have to start rolling in, but I mean I think Darren Peterson would fit perfectly next to Keontae George or next to Isaiah Collier, and it's a good stepping stone for the Utah Jazz to finally start doing something. I guess finally start doing something after uh, post the Donovan Mitchell era. So we'll see what happens. At a I wouldn't be mad at them picking Cam Boozer because once again Walker Kessler's still up in the air. So if you just go out and get Cam Boozer, you move Jaren Jackson Jr. to the five. Obviously, you have Cam Boozer at the four, Markkanen at the three, Ace Bailey at the two, Keontae George, Isaiah Collier. So, like I said, two really, really good options. Could go either way. Not mad at either way, but I think the pick here at number two should be AJ DeBonsta. I mean, not AJ DeBonsta, excuse me, Darren Peterson. He's on the screen, so that's why I said his name. But yeah, the pick is in for the Utah Jazz, but right now they're interviewing AJ, and I think he said his sister. So we're gonna wait for that. But we're gonna see what the Utah Jazz and Danny Ainge is doing over there, and what they got planned. Man, man, man. AJ to DC. Been manifesting this since the start of the college basketball season. Can't lie. I don't even know what I'm doing. I know y'all can't see me, but I'm still about to go put my Wizards jersey on. I gotta support. I gotta rock. So here we go. I think Utah's probably gonna make this pick in about. Oh, they got a timer, so about 5 seconds. And Silver's gonna come up and let us know what the Utah Jazz are doing at number two. Imagine they go out and pick Caleb Wilson. Imagine they pick Caleb Wilson at two. That would be nuts. I mean, hey, I'd be for it. But god damn, I mean, what is taking so long? Does drive always like taking this long between like picks? Shit. Ooh, let's see what we got, man. With the second pick. And as I expected, Darren Peterson is the number two overall pick going to Utah. Ads. I think it's got ads. I'm not getting paid for this. But yeah, Darren Peterson to the Utah Jazz. Really, really good spot for him. And honestly, I'm rooting for him. I think, a lot of the injury stuff is just people blow it out of proportion. He had one year where I mean, obviously it was, some really big injury issues, but one year, I don't think it's really going to be that serious. I don't think he's going to be like a AD type of guy or like a Kawhi that's going to be in and out the lineup for his entire career. So, I mean, I think he can be like probably a top 3 to 5 guard in the league. at one point in his career. So getting him at number two, can't complain if you're Utah. Especially in a stacked draft like this, you really can't go wrong being in that top 3 to 4. But getting a guard of Darren Peterson's caliber at number two, probably one of the best guard prospects we've seen since ooh, D Rose, John Wall, those guys, Anthony Edwards. You get him at the number two overall pick. So I do wonder if Utah does see him as a one, and like they're like, hey, we can give Keontae George like, I think does he have a team option this year? We pick up his team option. We don't extend him just yet. We see how DP does in some spot minutes at the one, and if we really like what we're seeing, we can kind of just get off Keontae George if we want to, and kind of rock out with Darren Peterson at the one, and obviously you can still have Ace Bailey at the two. So I mean, the size right there at the 1 and 2 would be like crazy. Darren Peterson's what, 6'6". Obviously we know Ace Bailey's like 6'9", 6'10". Then obviously Laurie at the three, he's 6'10". Jaren Jackson Jr. at the four, he's 6'10". Walker Kessler, if he comes back, he's like 7 foot. So that would be crazy size. And I mean, on top of that, most of those guys can shoot. So it would be a really, really interesting thing to see throughout the duration of this year, especially with we know that Utah Jazz are kind of skeptical on giving Keontae George that extension. So we'll see. We'll see how the rest of this offseason goes and how the season goes. Next, we got Memphis Grizzlies up at number three, and quite obviously the pick is probably going to be Cameron Boozer. It would be interesting if it was Caleb Wilson, but it'll probably be Cameron Boozer. And the pick is in right now. I don't know what we're going to wait for because we pretty much know it's Cameron Boozer, but this will be a really good fit, I believe. Looking at their team, still have John Moran on the roster. I kind of expect him to be gone by the start of the season, and if not, mid-season. Cedric Coward, is he a two or a three? Regardless, Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, Aldama, Gigi Jackson. What is he on? A team option, I believe. Yeah, he has a team option. 2 million is nuts. Taylor Hendricks still on the roster. Zach Edey, and yeah, you fit Cameron Boozer right here at the four. I think that's perfect. You can move Gigi down to the three. He could play a little bit of three, a little bit of four. Jalen Wells can play a little bit of two and three. Cedric Coward can play a little bit of two and three. Cam Spencer's a point guard, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why he's at the two, but a good building block, especially if you can get off of John Morant and get a couple picks back. Probably not gonna get a first, maybe a couple seconds, maybe like a first swap or something. But really good direction for Memphis Grizzlies to have, and of this top three, probably have the easiest selection. At least the consensus says. I think AJ Devonta at one was the easiest selection, but to not have to pick and choose between AJ, DP, and Cam Boozer kind of makes your job a little bit easier. Yeah, they haven't announced the pick, but it's they're pretty much talking about Boozer being the pick. So, but I mean, hey, even regardless, even if it is Caleb Wilson, putting him next to Edie and everybody else on the roster, I think that would even be just as good. Could be better maybe, but We'll see. Adam Silver is walking up to the podium as I speak. Cameron Boozer, pick number three. Of course, this is pretty much the order I've had since like April, something like that. Whenever I did my first mock, that's pretty much been the order it's been for me. AJ, DP, Cam, and if I'm stand corrected, then Caleb Wilson should be here at number four. But I do think Chicago would be thinking about maybe like a Keaton Wagler. I saw an interview that Keaton was doing. I forgot who it was with, but he said he worked out with the Bulls and he worked out with the Clippers and decided to cancel his workout with the Nets. So I mean, I think that's interesting. I think the lowest that Keaton Wagler would go is five. I don't think he goes past five, but it would be interesting to see if maybe he's here at number four and maybe he's the pick. But I doubt it. I think Caleb Wilson's the fourth best player in this draft, so I think he's gonna go number four to the Bulls. I think he fits their new GM style. Excuse me. What is it? Slap, size, length, athleticism, and physicality. Maybe not so much physicality, but he fits everything else to a T. You still have Josh Giddey. Um, I wonder if they're even gonna keep him. Is he their point guard of the future? We'll see. Obviously, we know they have Modest. They just traded for Nick Claxton. So putting Caleb Wilson next to Nick Claxton at front court would be nasty for at least the next 2 years and maybe even later down the road if they decide to keep Nick Claxton around. Trey Jones is still on the roster. Colin Sexton is a free agent, as well as Anthony Simons. Jalen Smith here at your five. Your backup five now with Nick Claxton on the roster. But um, yeah, I think the pick is obviously going to be or should be Caleb Wilson. But I mean, you could go Wagler, you could go a guard, but I don't really think that's like you look like Giddy, Trey Jones, Rob Dillingham. Did they? Is I don't think they would bring Yuki back, but Colin Sexton, he's a free agent. Simon's a free agent. No, I don't really count Mac McClung. He's not a real NBA basketball player. But yeah, damn, they have all these centers. I mean, that's nuts considering. I mean, Mo Gay's not on the roster. They waived him, but like a position of need for them was center, and they had what 6 centers on the roster, and they still needed a center, which is nuts. But yeah, I think the pick is gonna be Caleb Wilson. The pick is in, so we just gotta wait for them to yap away and for Adam Silver to walk up to the podium. But yeah, I think the draft really starts here. Maybe. I mean, I think it's gonna be Keaton Wagler. I think it's pretty obvious, but I mean, I guess number five is like the consensus of like mystery in this draft. But I think it'll quite easily be Keaton Wagler at five. Um, I think recently it's been pretty secure that six is probably going to be Michael Brown to the Nets, and then seven would be Darius Acuff for the Kings. So here at eight is the Hawks have been talking a lot or about trading this number eight pick for what and to who. There's been a lot of speculation on Trey Murphy. There's been some speculation of OKC trading up. There's been some speculation of it being included in some other deals that I'm not really remember right now. But yeah, number eight I think is where the real mystery comes in. But I mean, obviously we have the rest of the draft to see where the mystery starts. But I think it'll easily go Caleb Wilson four, Keaton Walker five, Michael Brown at six, and Darius Acuff at seven, and then eight. Who knows? This could be the Hawks. This could be the Pelicans. This could be Dallas moving up one. This could be the Bucks maybe packaging their picks and moving up to eight. This could be anybody. This could really be anybody here at eight. But if the Hawks are sitting here picking, I think it'll probably come down to between Ade Mara and Kingston Flemings. And I've been back and forth. In my last mock draft, I said if it was between those two guys, you have to go a Mara, but I don't know. I think at this very moment, I'm leaning a Mara just for the simple fact that this guard class is so loaded. There's like almost no chance that you don't get a really good guard sitting here at 23 for them if they decide to keep that pick. But I think as of right now, as it stands, I think a Mara should probably be here at 8. But if you could possibly get a trade down and like, I don't think the Mavericks. I mean, they did just get Dusty May as their coach, so maybe a Mara would go here at 9. I don't think he goes to 10. I don't think he goes 11 to the Warriors. If you can get the Thunder to trade up to you at 8, if you can sit here at 12 and grab a Mara and maybe get 12 and 17, so you can have a Mara here at 12. You can still get a really really solid guard here at 17. And I mean, if you keep 23, is what it is. If not, also is what it is. But the pick is in here for Chicago. Adam Silver walking up to the podium. Let's see what he has to say. Yep, Caleb Wilson going to the Chicago Bulls. Once again, top four, pretty much had it since like May, April, something like that. Pretty consensus top four. We pretty much knew how this was gonna go. But yeah, I really like this for Caleb Wilson and the Chicago Bulls. Like they're a lengthy team, and that's kind of how I like teams being built personally. A lot of length. I mean, they don't really have a lot of shooting, of course, but a lot of length, a lot of switchability on defense, and guys that are super super athletic. You have Modest, Noah Sengay is basically gonna be a rookie coming into this year, being hurt the majority of last year. I don't even think he played uh, real minutes last year. Obviously, you bring in Caleb Wilson. You just traded for Nick Claxton. You just traded for Leonard Miller during the season. So, I mean, a lot of length, a lot of athleticism, a lot of switchability on the defensive end. But the offense is where these guys are going to have to figure it out, I think. Especially if you're going to have Josh Giddey stand at your point guard, who is a less than good shooter from the 3 point line. You see him in a lineup of Giddey, two guard to be named, Modest, Caleb Wilson, Nick Claxton. That is literally like a half a shooter on the floor. So, I mean, hey, they got time to figure it out. They're obviously not trying to compete right now, so the lineups they don't really matter too much. But yeah, really good pick here for the Chicago Bulls. Expected pick for the Chicago Bulls, and now the Los Angeles Clippers are on the clock. Oop, not the Bulls. My bad. Los Angeles Clippers are on the clock. Still have Kawhi, Darius Garland, Benedict Mathurin's a free agent. Are you gonna bring him back? John Collins is also a free agent. I doubt that he's back. Derrick Jones Jr. 1 year, 10 million. Does Bradley Beal have a player option? Yeah. How did you get finessed into that? Or is this still from the Phoenix Suns deal? That's crazy. But yeah, really, really weird situation here in Los Angeles. So obviously, you still have Kawhi. You still have Garland, who's a really, really good basketball player. But you got to pick a direction. Your hair's sitting at 5. I don't think anybody that you could have picked here at 5 is making you, right now they're obviously not contenders. So I don't think anybody at 5 is shooting you up to contention, especially in the dog fight that is the Western Conference. So I mean, I think they obviously have to consider trading Kawhi Leonard, but if it's not the right deal, then you just don't do it. And especially with the next this upcoming lottery and the questions around that and the uncertainty with draft picks coming up, I think you take your chances of being maybe a playing team or right outside of that and possibly being up to shoot into the top 3, top 4 in the next draft with the new draft or the new lottery system. So Yeah. Anyways, in terms of the actual pick, I think the pick should be and will be Keaton Wagler, one of my guys in this draft. He's so good, bro. Obviously, his main gripe is the athleticism and his lack of his lack of ability to create separation. But I mean, for him to be as good as he was, to not be able to quote unquote create separation and to not be so athletic to still be able to get his shot off and create enough space for him to get his shot off, I don't really think that'll be a problem at the NBA level. So we're gonna see. The pick is in, zeros on the clock. I'm sure Adam Silver will be walking up soon enough, hopefully soon enough, because these niggas just talking. Yeah, they got the camera on Keaton Wagler. He's smiling. I think it's gonna be Keaton Wagler. I think he got that boss call. Mm. We're talking about Darius Acuff right now. Um, I agree that like Darius Garland shouldn't steer you away from picking somebody like Acuff, but just me personally, I'm more of a fan of like bigger guards, and I just personally like Keaton Wagler more. And then obviously for the Clippers, if they are trying to compete, I do think that you obviously have to account for Darius Garland. So why would you have a similar player to Darius Garland on your roster? You can pick Keaton Wagler, get a combo guard who can play the two, and then eventually maybe be your point guard of the future. But Adam Silver's walking up to the podium right now. Yep, the pick is Keaton Wagler at number 5 to the Clippers. I'm 5 for 5 so far. Obviously, not not really too much to brag about there. We pretty much knew what the top four was gonna be like, but I got number 5 right. So hey, I'm gonna pat myself in the back for that one. But yeah, super crazy rise. I mean, I think he was what outside the top 100 in high school, something like that. Yeah, unranked in the 2025 SportsCenter Next 100. Goes on to be an All-American, uh, absolute dog. Takes Illinois to the Final Four. Man, I mean, yeah, that was the pick for me. So no surprise there. I don't really have too many notes. Like I said, right before the pick was announced, he can come in immediately, be your two guard. You know, you can kind of give him some spot minutes at the one, allow him to be a play initiator, and then down the line, if you know once Kawhi is gone and you decide, hey, we just gonna kind of do a reset, Keaton Walker can jump right in and be your point guard of the future. And at 6'6", 6'11" wingspan, hey, that sounds good to me. That sounds good to me. But yeah, next is the Brooklyn Nets. I think it should be Michael Brown. It could be Darius Acuff. Now, if it is Darius Acuff, I think the Kings could possibly trade down from that 7. I think I had that in my last mock draft. I believe I think I had them trading down with the Thunder to jump and pick a Mara, but I don't really think the Thunder would do that anymore. I think if they jump up, I think a lot of reports are saying Nate Ament would be the guy if they jump up into the top 10, which I hope for in Nate Ament's case, but I don't hope for it in the rest of the league's case because Sam Presti and that staff over there is just gonna turn Nate Ament into the next Kevin Durant. But if the Thunder don't jump up, um, I think they're more than fine standing pat at 12 to go get like a Morris Johnson or a Yaxel or something like that. But yeah, that's if Darius Acuff is picked here at 6. But I don't think that will be the case. I think Michael Brown is easily the pick here. Once again, I'm more a fan of bigger guards, and I think Michael Brown offensively may not be the scorer that Darius Acuff was, but I think he's right there. He's close, and I think his playmaking ability has not been talked about enough, especially playing off the pick and roll, being able to make the skip pass, being able to make the pocket pass, and find his teammates and create for them. I think that really isn't being talked about enough. But in terms of him versus Acuff, obviously we know Acuff is an offensive engine and monster season in the SEC this past year. But I kind of would take the upside with Michael Brown as opposed to Darius Acuff. Looking at their roster right now, they just traded for Julius Randle last night. Traded for Julius Randle, got rid of Nick Claxton. MPJ still on this roster. Jaeger Joman, they have him as a 2, but he came in as a 1. I think he can play 2. You sit him next to Michael Brown. He shot amazing this past year, at least better than we thought he was going to shoot. Yeah, 38% from 3. Nuts. Way better than we thought we projected coming into the season. And if he can keep that up, man, really, really good uh, movement shooter at the 2 spot, especially being 6'8". Yeah, being 6'8", movement shooter, can still put the ball on the floor. Um, Obviously, his finishing needs to improve a little bit, but being able to put the ball on the floor and shoot the ball at a 38% clip at 6'8", hey, that's a win in the Brooklyn Nets book. Um, is Zaire Williams a free agent, or does he have an option? He has a team option. I wonder if they'll pick that up. Day'Ron Sharpe, I know, has a team option. I'm pretty sure they'll be picking that up now that they got rid of Nick Claxton. Noah Clowney as well, a team option. Nolan Traore had a good, solid second half of last year. Danny Wolf could have been better. I didn't really see like too much from him. 8 points, 40% from the field, only 5 rebounds. But I mean, in 20 minutes on that bad team, it's kind of what you're gonna get. But yeah, I think the pick here should be Michael Brown Jr. The pick is now in. Obviously, we got to wait for them to finish their YAP session for Adam Silver to finally walk up to the podium and let us know that Michael Brown will be the pick. But if Michael Brown's not the pick, I'll shotgun a bottle of Everclear or something. They're doing this again. They did the same thing last year. Every pick, everybody was throwing a party every time the Brooklyn Nets threw a pick in their draft room. They're doing that shit again this year. Here we go. Adam Silver walking up to the podium. That's a lot of damn smoke. There's real Brooklyn Nets fans in there. They gotta have paid them. Yep. Michael Brown Jr. I'm not gonna lie. Adam Silver scared me there for a second. He was about to start reading the name and he started fucking laughing and chuckling and shit. Fuck's wrong with that dude? Michael Brown, pick number 6. I'm 6 for 6. Hey man, let Darius Acuff go 7 so I can at least be 7 for 7. You're telling me that they didn't look like paid, like they didn't look real. Those are not real. Like they don't watch basketball, bro. You can't tell me anybody that was shown on that camera watch basketball, much less a Brooklyn Nets basketball game. Like let's be for real. The draft is in Brooklyn. I'm pretty sure you could walk up the street and find somebody to sit in the draft and wear a Brooklyn Nets cut off T-shirt as long as you give them $25 and a Subway sandwich. But yeah, now we have the Sacramento Kings on the clock. Probably the worst uh ran franchise right now. Because I mean, shit, Sabonis is making crazy money. DeRozan's expiring, but he was making crazy money. Zach LaVine just picked up this player option, which is what, $48 million. Shout out to Zach. Russell Westbrook is a free agent. Maxime Reynaud was a bright spot for them last year. Malik Monk is still making 20 million and has a player option after that. Keegan Murray, dog. Shout out to Keegan Murray and his agent. They got their money and just completely forgot how to play basketball. 5 years, 140, ascending, $30 million at 29. Gang, what are we doing? DeAndre Hunter's making $24 million, expiring, but still $24 million. Like this whole entire situation here at the Sacramento Kings is ridiculous. But you can kind of get a fresh restart if you go out and pick Darius Acuff, which, I mean, the pick is already in. God damn. I don't even think it's been a minute. Pick is already in. We know it's going to be Darius Acuff, so I get it. They're sitting right here talking to Michael Brown right now. It's a real dog, bro. He's going to be really good. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't think I've ever met a Nets fan in my life. And that's no disrespect, because, I mean, I'm a Wizards fan. We ain't been shit for, what am I, 24? We ain't been shit for like 24 years, but, well, shit longer than that. But we ain't been shit my whole life, so I'm not trying to disrespect, but I've never met a real, like, Brooklyn Nets fan that, like, wasn't a KD or a James Harden fan. And then, obviously they going to jump shit whenever they left. But yeah, Michael Brown to the Nets, I think next to MPJ, next to Julius Randle, he don't have to do too much. He can kind of come in, settle in, just do his thing. Don't got to carry an offense. Don't got to, I mean, he's probably going to be touted as a franchise cornerstone considering I don't think any of your last 5 picks from last year are really looking like that. But being able to come in with MPJ, Julius Randle, everybody else they have on that roster, he can kind of just come in and make some mistakes. Because I mean they're not gonna be good. So they're not gonna be good. So he can make some mistakes and come year 2, yeah, he's gonna be really good. I think the Nets, especially depending on what they do in this free agency and what they do in the trade market, they've been rumored to go after Trey Murphy. I think that's probably dead now that they picked here at 6. But yeah, I mean I don't know what Sean Marks is cooking over there in Brooklyn, but hopefully it's something. Yeah. Let's get on with it, man. We know it's Darius Acuff, best player available, probably by a pretty decent margin in my opinion. But here we go. Adam Silver for the Sacramento Kings. Darius Acuff Jr., as we expected for probably like the last 48 hours, probably even longer than that, 72, 84, 96, one something. Yeah, Darius Acuff to the Sacramento Kings. No, why did anybody predict this before? Apparently, his dad played with Scott Perry, who's the GM of the Kings, and we like just now figured out that Darius Acuff was gonna be locked into the Kings. But yeah, a lot of stuff was coming out right before the draft that his camp wanted him to be in Sacramento, and that makes sense. I mean, like I said, offensive engine can pretty much carry an offense, um, and to go into Sacramento and pretty much be what is probably gonna be a blank slate because let me see here. It's gonna be a blank slate because I mean Sabonis, I don't think he's gonna be there. I think he'll be gone in the next 2 years. DeRozan is pretty much gone because they said that if they don't find a trade partner, he's gonna get waived. Levine only has 1 year left, and if he can't get traded, they're definitely not bringing him back. So I mean, he can come in and like shit, he might average like 20 year one, like 28. Like he's really gonna be given the keys, and they're pretty much like starting over fresh. So he's gonna be that building block, and he can come in. He might be a sneaky rookie of the year, low key. He might like really come in and kill. Like, granted, they don't have a lot of talent around him. Maximilian Reynaud, I think that he's a solid center. Um, what's his name? From Colorado State they had last year, or they got him last year in the draft. I forget his name, but I think he's good. But outside of that, I don't really, I don't really know what else they have on that team. Yeah, Reynaud. I mean, Monk is good, obviously. If Keegan Murray can figure it out, he'd be all right. DeAndre Hunter still be there. Neat Clifford, that's his name, Neat Clifford. I think he'll be really good. Dylan Cardwell, um, really bright spot. I think he was undrafted. Yeah, had some solid games. Devin Carter's still here. I forgot about him. Not gonna lie, but he's probably gonna fall through the cracks now that we have Darius Acuff on the roster. But yeah, he's gonna be given the keys, and man, like I said, I think he could sneaky be like rookie of the year this upcoming year. I think he could really come in and average like 18, 20, and like 7 or 8. But now we move to the Atlanta Hawks. Now this is a lot of questions. Kind of like I predicted it would be between Kingston Flemings and Ade Mara. They're gonna take a little break right now, so I'm gonna hop on Twitter, see what the happenings are, see what the predictions are here at number 8, if we can see any. Just seen a lot of weird stuff, of course. You know, man. AJ to DC. I feel like I ain't even talk about that enough. I could spend the rest of the stream talking about that. AJ to DC, boy. Whew, y'all better get y'all tickets now, man. Get them now. Get them while he's a rookie, while the tickets are still relatively cheap. Cause man, it's about to be up. He fills seats FC. I'm definitely a part of that. Let's see what Sham's talking about. I don't want him to spoil the pick though, low key, but he ain't even on shit. That's crazy. Shams hasn't said anything. Man, I mean, hey, that's cool with me. Yeah. I don't see nothing about a trade here at Atlanta. So, as of right now, kind of like I predicted in my last mock draft, um, it's sitting here looking like it's between Ade Mara and Kingston Flemings, really. Um, there's been some rumblings about Braden Burries possibly. There's been some Native Ant chatter possibly. I don't see Native Ant being like the pick here. I love Native Ant, but I don't think that he's the pick here for Atlanta. I really think it's between Flemings and Mara, and I think that kind of like I said earlier, Mara will probably be the pick for me, just because this guard class is like so deep. Like there's almost like a 100% chance one of these guys is there at 23, whether it's Phylon, Anderson, Sturts, Corey, like somebody's gonna be there at 23, and all of these guys are really, really, really good. So, I mean, because outside of Mara, they're at 23. You may be able to get a Sinak. Quainus will probably be there just with his injury concerns, and then after that, I mean, Ejiofor has been getting a lot of talks to be in the first round. Terrence Reed as well, but it ain't like Mara is like the best center here. And I mean, Steinbach, I like Steinbach. He's one of my guys in this draft, but I don't think he's gonna be at 23 either, and I don't think he should go as high as 8. So like I said, it's really Mara or Flemings, and I think it should be, and I think it will be Mara. If it's not, it wouldn't surprise me if it was Flemings. But if it's somebody other than Mara and Flemings, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I just give up on like any draft intel I've ever seen in my life because I think it's really between them. I don't. I just don't see Burries though. I don't. I really don't. He might fit a little bit better than. No, he don't. I don't know what I'm talking about. He does not. He does not. I don't think he fits better than Flemings. I don't think he fits better than Mara. So, like I said, I think it's between them two. But who knows? I'm not an NBA GM. Or maybe I should be. What am I now? 7 for 7. We're gonna hope for 8 for 8. Ade Mara is the pick. If you're a betting man, just go ahead and put that in. Win you a couple bucks. All right, here we go. Adam Silver walking up with the Atlanta Hawks pick. Let's see. Kingston Flemings. My streak is over, but I'm not surprised. Kingston Flemings is the 8th overall pick to the Atlanta Hawks. Now, what does this mean for Mara? I don't know. But for Flemings, this is really good. Um, yeah, this is really good for them. I think them getting CJ McCollum back on a 1 year deal for him to be able to come in and be a mentee um, underneath CJ. It's gonna be really good for him. And obviously they needed a guard play. I think, I mean, it makes sense because I think you can probably go out and get. I think there's a lot of like solid centers on the market for them. I think Miles Turner's obviously he's not gonna be on the market with the Giannis trade. Um, I'm not sure too much about free agency. I don't think they had the money for like a Walker Kessler or nothing like that. But yeah, I mean, hey, you win some, you lose some, man. I thought it would be Mara. I mean, they've been talking about Mara since like May. But hey, like I said, who knows? I'm not an NBA GM, and I hope nobody. I hope you didn't put in that bet because I definitely lost you some money. Yeah. Um, Probably like my least favorite out of that top four guard crop. But it's not that I don't like them. Really good, quick, athletic, can pass the ball. Yeah, bro, nobody's hiring you. I'm sorry. Well, actually, maybe. Because, I mean, you did predict that maybe Daniel Gafford should be on the move for with pick 30 for Dallas to move up. So maybe you should be hired. That was a good shot. But hey, yeah. It's not that I don't like Kingston Flemings. I think he's gonna be at least solid in the NBA just with his defense, kind of similar to like Steph Castle when he was coming into the draft or coming out of the draft. I thought that he was at least going to be good just because he's really solid on the defensive end. And Kingston Fleming's coming from Houston and Kelvin Sampson's system. I think he's going to be a dog. But yeah, I just thought he was like probably has the lowest ceiling out of the four in the guard crop. And obviously we know his measurables didn't go too well at the combine. But yeah, Cason Wallace, that's I think yeah, actually a really good You know what, man? Let's go ahead and hire you as a GM, Nelly. Fuck it. I'm gonna call a couple guys that I know here in DC, aka nobody, and I'm gonna get you a little scout job. Maybe I'm about to DM AJ Devonsa actually. I got you, Nelly. I'm a DM AJ. He's not gonna see it. It's probably not gonna happen. But yeah, I'll do that. You can never say I didn't do anything for you. pick is in for Dallas already. Here at Dallas. Ah, I don't know. Everybody knows I love me some Cam Carr, man. If he goes 9, I'm running around the house. I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, I like Cam Carr at 9. Burries has been trying to move his way to Dallas. Obviously, we know Dusty May just got the job. So Ade Mara is in play. Yaxel's in play. Morez is in play. So hey, I think with Dusty May's hiring, it opens up 9 a lot more. I think without that, it will probably most likely be like Braden Burries. And honestly, I don't really see nothing outside of that. But like now that Dusty May is here, yeah, all three Michigan guys are certainly in play. Out of the three Michigan guys, I think it should be Mara. Just with the uncertainty with Derek Lively and his injury history, and obviously Daniel Gafford is not like a center of the future or anything. So you go and you can get a Mara, but um, if you're not gonna go Michigan guy, it should probably be Braden Burries here. Yeah, Morris Johnson Jr. could be. I don't know though. I think it's a little high. I think you can probably trade back like right in front of OKC and still get Morez and get some assets, but we'll see with the ninth pick. The Dallas Mavericks go with Morez Johnson. Wow. Okay. Wow. Um, you know, I wasn't expecting it. Low key. I thought about it a little bit earlier, but I was like, no, that's a little bit high. And like I just said, that's a little bit high. But yeah, Morris is a dog. Absolute fucking dog. I mean, like 6'10, 6'9, moves like a guard, super fluid, rebounds the ball well, switchable on defense. I mean, hey, now that I think about it, that's like obviously we know they just got Dusty May as a coach, but Masai Ujiri is what their GM or president of basketball ops or something like that. We know he loves switchability on defense and he loves length and he loves dogs. So yeah, this pick makes sense. It's just just a bit surprising. I'm happy for him though. Like shout out to Morez. But yeah, I don't really know too much. Was he like a shooter in college? Like obviously not like a shooter, but like was he? I mean, this guy's just rating at a 70, but like, what was his percentages? Like, let me look real quick. 34%. It's not bad. How many attempts? That was like the one thing I always wondered about him, but I just still never like actually looked it up. Like, can he project to be like a stretch four? Because if he can, shit, I'm cool with 9. If he can be the dog that he is, and that or that he was in Michigan, and still be able to knock down the three at like 36, 37, um, 36, 37% on like, whoa. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I was about to say, no way. Yeah, he didn't even have like, he get zero point 0.9 attempts. So I mean, I don't know, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I've never truthfully seen his form. I didn't watch a lot of Michigan, but I mean, hey, shit. If he can be a stretch four and still be a dog, he might be like top 5 in his class when it's said and done. But yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's dive in to these. Yeah. As we know, they just traded Giannis Antetokounmpo for Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez, Kasparis Jakachonis, and a slew of other picks, including pick 13. So they'll be picking 3 picks after this. And yeah, I don't really know. I really don't know. I mean, they're kind of a blank slate team as well. Cause I mean, you have Kalel. Yeah, you got Jonas, but I don't think either of those guys deters you from picking a point guard or a center. Ade Mara still here. I think he's probably gonna fall to like. He might fall to like. I think the Warriors might take a flyer on him, and especially now that Morez is gone at 9, the Thunder could definitely get Mara at 12 if they want. If you're the Bucks and you do want Mara, you maybe could take a chance at him falling to 13. But Burries is still here. I think Burries is probably the guy. I'm not gonna lie. Um, but yeah, I have a slight fever dream that it'll be Cam Carr, but it's not going to be. So hey, I'll let that go. But yeah, I think it'll probably or should be Braden Burries, like 100%. I can't. Wow, bro. Morez went 9. I really thought it was gonna be Mara. Damn, that's tough, man. Shout out to Morez, bro. Damn. But yeah, where do we go in Milwaukee now? Where do we go? Michigan Mavs. Just because they got the coach and Morez? Come on, dog. Let's let it go. Ooh, ooh, I forgot. Come on, boy, go here. Need a man. Uh, if he doesn't go here and he doesn't go 13, he's probably falling like crazy. I'm not gonna lie, and I hate to see that. Um, yeah, if Nate doesn't go 10, doesn't go 13, I don't think. I mean, shit, Morez is gone, and they've been talking about Nate maybe going to the Thunder, so shit, he might be there. I don't think the Warriors would pick Nate, but yeah, if Nate goes past 13, he might go down to like 17, 18. Yeah, it might be chips for him. But yeah, yeah. Braden Burries is definitely the pick, and they're painting to him right now. Rich Paul is sitting there talking to him. I don't know. He looks kind of. I mean, he might be pissed off that he didn't go 9. He's going 10, so we did know that he really that he really wanted to go to Dallas, so that might have pissed him off. But I think the pick should be and will be Braden Burries. But once again, my last pick was Ade Mara, and the pick before that. Well, no, my last pick was Braden Burries, and the pick before that was Ade Mara. So 0 for 2 in my last two. But looking to start a new streak here. So yeah, Braden Burries should be the pick. They're looking at Nate Met right now. I would be a fan of that personally, but I don't know. 10. I think you could probably get him at 13, maybe, or maybe you move up to. I don't know. I don't know. Like he's just so like he could have went fucking 4 picks ago, or he could go 10 picks from now. Like I don't know. People on Twitter hate him. Apparently NBA GMs love him. Shit, it's just so many places he could go. But here we go. Adam Silver walking up to the podium for the Milwaukee Bucks at pick number 10. Let's see what he's got. Yep, Braden Burries, and my new streak starts. Braden Burries, like I predicted, quote unquote, is the 10th pick for the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, um, I like this. I think I said multiple times in a lot of my mocks, if one of those guards fell, whether it was Flemings, Michael, I was really talking about like that top four, but Braden Burries can be included in that. If like a Michael or a Keaton or Burries fell, I think whether Giannis was traded or not, Braden Burries should be the pick there at 10. And obviously we know Giannis was traded last night, so him at pick 10, that's definitely the way that they should have went, and I'm glad they went that way and didn't fuck that up. Whew, that's good, man. That's good. Didn't mess that up, cause Lord knows they've been messing up the Giannis situation for a couple years. But yeah, sitting him next to Hero, Kaspar is coming off the bench. Kalel there at the 5. It's solid. It's really, really solid. Jaime Jaquez at like what, the 3, I think? He was number 3 in plus minus in the nation. That's tough. That's tough. But yeah, um, Hero's a 1. Why did I keep doing that? I hate 2K with all my heart. I promise you I do. Tyler Hero would be the 1. Braden Berry's here at the 2. Ugh. I'm not even saying his name. Let's say Usman James gonna start. Let's bring him back and we start him. We just trade this dude. Um, well, shit. Jaime Jaquez he should be at the 3. I don't know why. Like Jaime Jaquez at the 3. Um, 4 to be named. I guess you can maybe go Usman. And then Kello Ware at the 5. I'm pretty sure they're gonna trade Miles Turner. It's a solid little young core, but it's not gonna do nothing right now, like at all. I think that the next move should be to trade Tyler Hero, but if you're not, obviously he's gonna be the one, like I said. But yeah, let me see what we can do. If I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, obviously we know the Pistons are like the team interested. So what you could get is probably like and I have trade rules off, so it's probably it's gonna say it's valid anyways. But Isaiah Stewart, I think you have to throw in Karis LeVert and Ron Holland. Obviously he's not on contract, but throw in Ron Holland. Um, I think you would probably have to do this now, and you'll be able to get 21, so you can jump back in the draft after 13 and be able to get 3 first round picks out of in this draft out of Giannis technically, which wouldn't be bad. And then maybe you can get like a 2029 or a 2030. I don't think they would give you. Well, maybe they'll give you a 2027 or 2028. But I wouldn't personally. But yeah, I think the move is to trade Teller Hero. But I also am team like break this shit down if it's not working. But with the new lottery system, who knows what team building should be and is going to be? Because this relegation zone for the bottom 3 teams and all this hoo ha and playing teams being able to get I think the same amount of lottery balls as the top 3, so they like have just as much of a chance as the top 3 teams to get the number 1 overall pick, which is nutty. But I mean, eh, is what it is. Um, yeah, Warriors are now on the clock. Um, a day Mara maybe. Cam Carr, let's go get Cam Carr. Cam Carr, please. um, ugh. Yaxel. If Yaxel falls below this, he might go like 23, 22. Well, no, Spurs have 20, so he might have 20. Or might go 20, but if he falls behind that, that's crazy. Um, I reacted to Kevin O'Connell's mock draft not too long ago, and he had Nate Mint going here. I swear to you, like I said, love Nate Mint. If Steve Kerr and Mike Dunleavy go out and pick Nate Mint, and I've also heard some smoke about it, if they go out and get Bennett Sturts, if they get one of those 2 guys, if I'm Steph Curry, while Nate Mint or Bennett Sturts is walking up to the podium, I'm posting and announcing my retirement on Instagram immediately. But I doubt that happens. So, yeah, I think Cam Carr would be really good for them. Can shoot it, can defend it, super athletic, can block shots. I think his on-ball defense needs a little bit of work. Um, he has high hips. I mean, I saw that on Twitter somewhere. I'm not gonna act like I really know what that's supposed to mean, but um, he has a little bit of lack of motor sometimes. At least he did at Baylor. I don't know if that would be the same being in like Golden State where he's not taxed as much offensively, and he's really really good coming off of screens. And we know Warriors like these off-ball screens. That's all they do. So him coming off of down screens and flare screens and all of that from Draymond and having Steph's gravity next to him. I'm not, hey, I'm not gonna lie. If it's not Cam Carr, I'm actually gonna be pissed now because I've kind of convince myself that this should be the pick. But we know Steve Kerr and Mike Dunleavy, they don't do nothing right. So god damn it, they'll probably go pick Koa Pete. They'll probably pick fucking Koa Pete here at 10 or here at 11 and say that he can be the next Draymond and then sit him for 3 years. But the pick is in, so we'll see what they do. Hopefully, it's not anything stupid. The past few years has been stupid, so we also have to be mindful of that. But they're just yapping, dog. Like, I understand, like, they have this time slot to what? Probably like 10:30. But, like, you don't have to use all of this. Because, like, after we get past 14, you're just going to be running a bunch of commercials. Like, let's roll through this lottery. Because, like, fuck. Man. Okay. Let me make my official pick prediction. Seeing as my last pick was correct, so hopefully we can start a new streak. Official pick projection. Oof. I'm thinking either Carr, Mara, or Yaxel. Me personally, I would pick Cam Carr. But I think they would probably go Yaxel just because they did say they're like all in on the Curry timeline. So hopefully they can stay true to their word and stay true to that timeline and go pick somebody who can come in and contribute right away. Versatile defensively, can knock down a three, can put the ball on the floor, can rebound the ball really well. 6'10", switchable. I mean, shit. Well, shit. Now I don't convince myself of Yaxel. Fuck. We gonna find out in like 3 seconds. Adam Silver's walking up to the podium. We got Adam. Yaxel Lindeborg. Yep. Good for him because if he didn't get picked here at 11, his ass was not getting picked in the lottery, and that's for fucking sure. So shout out to him being able to get that lottery money, that 11th pick money. Dominican LeBron coming to Golden State. Maybe they don't need a real LeBron. They got Dominican LeBron. But yeah, um, good pick here for the Golden State Warriors. We know we pretty much know their roster. Jimmy Butler's hurt. Hopefully, is he even gonna? Well, no. When did he get injured? He might be able to come back this year and do something. Um, Porzingis, I think they're hoping to re-sign. I kind of hope they do. He has some good moments. Obviously, he's dealing with whatever he's been dealing with, whether it's mono and whatever. Yeah, I don't know what he got going on. Pods. Um, yeah, bro, Pods is cool. Cool. He's cool. Guy Santos, I think he could be really good. Moses Moody, prayers to him. Speedy recovery. He had that gruesome knee injury towards the end of the season. I don't think he's going to give you anything this year. Draymond still kicking at 36, literally. Um, Anthony Melton, I think they're hoping to bring back. Al Horford's still kicking. He's going to be 41. Jesus Christ. Gary Payton's 33. Are they going to bring him back? I, I mean, I fuck with Gary Payton, but like, no. Pat Spencer, God, yo, they have a lot of expiring contracts, and like, they're not. There's no team options, nothing. Like, they might look completely different come next year. That's interesting. But yeah, Steve Kerr cook his career. I'm gonna. What the hell are you talking about? Are you talking about Curry? Or are you talking about Yaxel? 'Cause, I mean, going to Golden State, I think Yaxel's gonna be fine. Moving on to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yax. I mean, yes and no. Yeah, probably actually, because if Steph retires after this year, he's not like a cornerstone. Unless he comes out and averages like 18 and 8 on some nut shit. Like real life Dominican LeBron shit. Like if he come out and do that, shit, we gonna start winning right now. But if not, and he come out and he's just like, cool, like 10 and like 5, something like that. then yeah, it's probably over for him. But I mean, hey, to go from JUCO to UAB to Michigan to number 11 pick money, shit, you can't complain. And he's like guaranteed to at least make what is it? I think like 4 years in the league, 4 or 5 years in the league to get the the pension or whatever. He's locked in. Like, he's cool. But moving on to these niggas. Western Conference Finals runner up. The Oklahoma City Thunder here at pick number 12. There's been a lot of chatter. Morez Johnson was said to be the pick if he fell. He's gone. Nathan Menace still here. He's been said that he's been of interest from Sam Presti. Adai Mara was a trade up candidate for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I've seen a couple people mock Dalen Swain. I think that was at pick 17 though. I don't know if it was this high. Um, I think it's probably between Ament, Cam Carr. I mean, I keep talking about him, but like, shit, he's still here. He probably should have been picked like 2, 3 picks ago. But again, personal bias. One of my guys. I'm gonna relax. He's probably not gonna go to like 20, and then I'm gonna have to like really talk my shit. But Cam Carr would be good for them, especially if they're gonna decline Lou Dort. He can come in, contribute right away, and still has, I think, a really bright future. I think he could be a star in this league. Obviously, Adai Mara can come in, contribute right away. You can bring Hartenstein back in. And he can be like a mentor to kind of, groom him into this Thunder system, if you will. Pause. And then, yeah, you move on from there. 7-3 monster can play make a little bit. Well, not play make, but he can pass the ball a little bit. I think he's a better rebounder than a lot of people are giving him credit for, considering he played with 2 6'10" guys, Morez and Yaxel. But I think he's a better rebounder than a lot of people are probably gonna give him credit for, considering I think he only averaged like 6 rebounds during the year. But yeah, really good around the rim, projecting to be a solid at least shooter. I don't know too much about that. I've seen him on Twitter making sidestep threes and shit. I've also seen Ben Simmons make like 15 threes in a row in a gym over the summer on Twitter. I've also seen Mitchell Robinson look like Tyrese Maxey dribble package over the summer on Twitter. So yeah, take these Twitter videos with a grain of salt, and that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna be the shooter like that, but Nate Mint, I'm praying to God it doesn't happen, and not because he's bad, because it would be good for him. I think probably not the best for the Thunder right now, and a lot of Thunder fans will probably be pissed off. But I think you get him into Oklahoma, he doesn't have to do too much. He can be like a spot up shooter. He doesn't have to be like a shot creator and a shot maker, especially the way that he was tasked to do in Tennessee. You spread the floor. I like the thing about him being soft pisses me off because I don't think he's soft. I think he seeks out contact. He's just not strong. That doesn't mean he's soft. He just doesn't have the NBA body yet, and that's fine. He's 19. But yeah, I think it'd be really bad for the league if he goes to the Thunder because I think that they would develop him into like a really, really good basketball player. But the pick is in now. Adam Silver walking up. Oh, he's already here. He's already talking. My bad, bro. I'm late. Adai Mara. Yep. I didn't make a prediction, so I'm not gonna take credit for that one, but I'll take credit for it. So what is that? 3 in a row now? Adai Mara. Man, if you're Oklahoma City, I think that's perfect for you. You don't have to move up. You don't have to offset any assets. You still get, one of your guys. It was pretty much between him and Morez, I believe. Yeah. And you still get pick 17. You can trade that. You can do whatever you want. Really, really good spot that they're in. Um, like I said, he can come in, contribute right away. If you bring Isaiah Hartenstein back, he can be a mentee underneath Isaiah. You can play him next to Chet. I mean, shit. Are we fucked? is, is the league fucked? Like, are we? Is it over? No, it's not. I'm just joking. But yeah, really good get for the Oklahoma City Thunder, especially at pick number 12 when he was projected to go 8, 9. It was a lot of smoke there. with Dusty May being the coach now. But yeah, being able to get him at 12, I think this is a good spot for him. I don't think he should have went higher than this, but a lot of the intel was saying that he might have, so that's kind of why I was mocking him there to like Atlanta and stuff. But yeah, I think the 12th pick is good for him. I don't think he should have went higher than this, and I definitely think that Oklahoma City is probably like the best spot for him as a player and a prospect, and he's probably like the best fit for OKC in this draft. And to get him at 12, it's cool. But yeah, now the Milwaukee Bucks are back on the clock. They just picked Braden Burries at the 10th pick. So, yeah, like I said, I don't think um, any of the young guys you just got from the Giannis trade deters you from going and picking like a Mara Wimby stopper is nuts. That's nuts. I'm not even going to. That's nuts. Um, yeah, I don't think any of the young guys like Kellel or Kasparas deters you from getting like a Hans Steinbach. Like I don't think it deters you from stopping picking at those positions. LeBaron Philon's here. You can kind of like, hey, we got our backcourt of the future with LeBaron and Burries. I think Cam Carr is probably out of the realm here since you just picked Braden Burries at 10. I like Steinbach, another one of my guys in this draft. I think probably like top two, top three rebounder in this draft. Can put the ball on the floor, can go coast to coast, projects to be a good shooter. The form looks solid. Absolute dog, like I said, on the glass. Solid in the mid range, has good footwork, fluid. Needs some work defensively, but he can definitely move his feet. But I mean, obviously being at 6'10", 230, it's gonna be tough against these NBA level guards. Chris Sinak, this would be super high for Chris Sinak. Now granted, I've been like a little bit warmer on Chris Sinak as the draft cycle's gone on. Especially like during the early on part of the college basketball season when I was seeing him being mocked in like the top like 10, 15. I was like, what the fuck are we doing? But now that he's kind of mocked around like the 20s, like that's cool for me. But like picking Chris Sinak at 13, no, I don't know. Not over Steinbach, at least personally. Not over Steinbach. Um, so yeah, I think it's between Steinbach and probably Phylon, maybe Swain. Um, yeah, but on the screen, it's still gonna say Miami's pick. Obviously, the Giannis trade is not gonna go through until I believe July 6th. Um, so yeah, this kid is gonna have a Miami Heat hat on, which is stupid. But yeah, let's go check Twitter, see what we can see. See if it what's going on. Let's see what Jake Fisher's talking about. Mm. Damn, yeah, all three Michigan bigs did go off the board. I didn't even peep. It wasn't like back to back to back, was it? Right? No, because Morris went 9. So not back to back to back, but close enough. Yeah, I'm not really seeing nothing like. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. You know what? I'm actually a fan of this, cause and shout out to Woj. Niggas know Woj the goat, but like him spoiling the draft was like weak, and I hated that shit. But it seems like not a lot of smoke is coming out before these picks, which is good. So I'm cool with that. Yeah, the Bucks could. The Bucks are definitely seen or viable to do something dumb like stretch and wave and Damian Lillard so they can sign Miles Turner. It's corny ass. Which seemed like a good signing at the time. So I'm not gonna act like I wasn't a fan of it. But yeah, now you're still paying Dame like what 50 million dollars. I'm not even sure if I can check it here. Let me see. Bucks. Yep, payroll. Let's see. How much are we still paying Dame? Oh my God, no way. $22 million for the next 5 years to get Miles Turner, who you're also paying 25, 26, 27, and a player option for 29. Yeah, you got to get him gone. But you can't get Damian Lillard gone off your books because like that was fucking stupid. Holy, that was dumb. I liked the signing at the time, and like I understood they stretched and wave Dame, but I didn't know it was this bad. Yeah, that's really bad. Why is Giannis still here? Yeah. Um, basketball reference. You gotta get your shit together. Giannis has been gone, dog. You had all day. You've had almost 24 hours to fix that. Oh damn, they didn't get Thanasis. Is Thanasis gonna stay in Milwaukee, or is he just like gonna play overseas until his contract up in the NBA so that he can go play with Giannis? What do we think? Alex Antetokounmpo was on the team. I remember I thought he was gonna be a dog. I thought he was actually gonna be good. Silly, silly me. Oh, they did waive him. Oh, that's cool. It's probably smart. He's not a basketball player. Let me not say that, because if you ever see some shit like this, he would beat my ass. But he's not. Uh, he's not even a solid basketball player, if I'm being honest. Like, he's not even okay. Like, he's bad. But yeah, Milwaukee Bucks on the clock. I believe the pick should be in right now. They're showing a couple highlights of I think it's first black player in the NBA. I think that they're talking about. Yep, Earl Lloyd. Shout out to Earl Lloyd. Shout out to who's this? Nat Clifton, Charles Cooper. Shout out to those guys. Ooh, I was about to say something crazy. Oscar Robertson in the building. That's crazy. Anything can happen in Florida, I guess. Damn. All right, pick is in here at 13 for the Bucks. It's showing Miami on the screen. Well, not my screen, but it's showing Miami on the drive screen, but it's for the Bucks. Let's see where we go. I'm thinking Steinbach. Nate Mint. Okay, okay, okay. Why did I not predict that? I knew he was going to fucking Milwaukee. What am I talking about? Shout out to Nate Mint, man. I'm happy for him. That's a really good spot. Blank slate, damn near. 13. Man, man, man. I love that. I love that. I think got a lot of unnecessary flack over this entire draft cycle, calling him soft and his percentages and this and that. But like, why wouldn't you take a chance on a 6'10", projected to be a shot maker? Didn't like obviously make a lot of shots at Tennessee. Um, but yeah, can be a shot maker. And I mean, like a lot of people were bringing up Darren Peterson's highlights in high school and his production at high school, which I thought was weird. I mean, obviously he probably played against better competition. I think Native being he played at Highland High School, I believe. I believe he played in Highland in Virginia. I'm not sure if they played a national schedule, but yeah, nobody was talking about his high. Nobody's talking about Native Men's high school film, which is fucking amazing considering he was the number 4 player in this class coming into college. But yeah, being able to score at the midi, um, his lack of separation thing, whatever they want to call it, I don't. I'm not a huge like guy with this separation thing because like if you're gonna make shots, you're gonna make shots, whether somebody's in your face or not. Like I don't need separation to shoot right over you. So I'm not really buying into that. Not being able to create separation, but put the ball on the floor. I think he'll benefit from NBA spacing, especially when he played at Tennessee. He was playing with basically like two non-shooting bigs up in the paint, so there's almost 4 or 5 people in the paint when he's driving in a lot of cases. But yeah, really good spot for Nate Ament. Happy for him. I hope that he can be like a really good basketball player. I think that he will be. Shit, probably could be a fucking star. Yeah, like 6'10". Like nobody talks about MPJ's lack of separation when he's shooting over everybody. So like, I'm not buying into that. But even if he could be just like an MPJ light, I wouldn't say MPJ light. Let's just say MPJ, or let's say what MPJ was projected to be, because before he had his back injury, MPJ was the number one overall pick, like locked in. But yeah, can put the ball on the floor. Not as athletic as MPJ, but can put the ball on the floor, can shoot it. Obviously, like I said, his finishing is gonna have to improve. I think a better defender than MPJ was coming out. His shot blocking ability is solid, especially in help. But yeah, they didn't at 13. So in the last pick of the lottery, we have the Charlotte Hornets. My boy Cam Carr is still here. Steinbach is here. Phylon is here. Swain is here. Some pretty expecting suspects. I don't think there's any surprises that are still here. Um, yeah. Mm. I think it's gonna be Steinbach. I know I said it for the last one, for the Bucks, because I completely forgot about Amen because he wasn't on the screen. But I think it's Steinbach, LeBaron five, LeBaron to OKC. Why would they do that? Like, I mean, I guess you. I mean, yeah, best player available probably when we get to that point if he's still there. But Shea, Jared McCain, Kasem Wallace, that's a logjam. And he kind of, I'm not gonna say needs the ball in his hands, but high usage guard in college. So can he play next to Shea? Who knows? I don't think he defends well enough to play in that system or next to Shea. But um, yeah, Charlotte's still on the clock. 35 seconds left. Still no. Oh shit. Yeah, AJ Mitchell. Yeah, you're yo. AJ Mitchell's your go, but you want LeBaron Phylon there? Oh well, I guess you do want him. You probably want AJ out of OKC so he can get his own team. Fairs. That's fair. Yeah. Pick is in for Charlotte. They're probably gonna take a little minute. They're talking about the Giannis trade right now. I'm so glad that that is over with. Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be Steinbach. It could quite possibly be Cam Carr, but I've been screaming Cam Carr for like the past like 5 picks, so I'm just gonna go ahead and quit it. Wherever AJ go, I goes nuts. Mm. Shit, Nate met the next Giannis with a jump shot. Fuck it, I'm on the train. I'll get it going. No, why not, bro? Think about it. Giannis came into the league. Now, granted, he's not gonna have the help that he had with Jason Kidd as his head coach and putting him at point guard at fucking 6'12". But Nate Man, I think, is a better ball handler than Giannis was. Obviously, a better shooter than Giannis was. Not as good of a finisher. Maybe not as good as a defender. But those are two things that you can work on. You get him a little bit stronger. Him coming down in transition can pull up three or body you in the paint. Eh, eh. Think about it. Just think about it. But here we go. Pick 14 with the Charlotte Hornets. Oh, a trade. Oh, hold on. What we got? Oh my God, it's the fucking Giannis pick. Man, shut up. Why did he say that last pick? He's talking about the damn Giannis trade. Charlotte's making this pick at 14. they are going to go ahead and get Steinbach. Hey man, new streak started. 1 for 1. Hans Steinbach. Ooh, one of my guys in this draft. Like I said, really, really good rebounder. Probably top 2 to 3 in this draft. I think it was he did himself a disservice going to Washington and not being in the tournament because I think if he at least had one, maybe two turning games, he probably would have been like a mid lottery. I think that he would have been right in contention with Ade Mara going like in the spot that he did. But I think I think he could be at least a solid shooter. Like I said, can rebound the piss out of the ball. Um, Good in transition. Can even go coast to coast, get the rebound and just go straight to the rim. Strong in the paint, good footwork and out of the post. And I mean, hey, sitting him next to like LaMelo, Brandon Miller, Con Knipple. I'm not sure if Miles Bridges is still gonna be there, but um, sitting him there at the 4 or the 5, like if he can be a stretch four and you put him at the 4 next to like Musa, the rebounding would be nuts, and obviously the shooting would be crazy. So I mean, we obviously gonna have to see what happens with his shooting. That's the like the main swing skill, especially in Charlotte. You know they like to get up a lot of threes, but if it's not gonna get there to the level that it needs to be, then him being a 5 that could be like a dog underneath the rim, can maybe shoot like a little 18 footer. I mean he'll be all right, especially there in Charlotte. I think he'll be all right. Really really good pick for the Charlotte Hornets. Um, yeah, really really good pick for them. And now they're making the first pick outside of the lottery will be the Chicago Bulls, who picked Caleb Wilson with the fourth overall pick. So yeah, the second team with a second first round pick picking after the Milwaukee Bucks just picked at 10 and 13. Obviously, so far we had an AJ 1, Peterson 2, Boozer 3, Wilson 4, Wagner 5, Mike Ellis 6, Acuff 7, Flemings at 8, Morris Johnson went 9, which is probably the surprise so far. Braden Burries at 10, Yaxel at 11, Ade Mara at 12, Naderman at 13, and Hans Steinbach rounding out the lottery at pick 14. Sitting at 15, though, the Chicago Bulls have some decisions to make as they just made a decision with Caleb Wilson earlier. They could go different directions. Steinbach is gone though. Like I think that they possibly would have went Steinbach. I think this is probably too high for Kristen Nack. I think this is probably way too high for Jaden Quanis, especially considering the consensus that he might like fall, like even maybe out of the first round. Um, Karim Lopez, I like him a lot. One of my guys in this draft as well. I think that he can come in and be like a jumbo wing for them or jumbo two. Well, I don't know about a two. He's gonna have to really be able to shoot it, but could be like a point forward for them. Obviously, they still have a lot of length over there, and they could add to that. But I think he definitely fits that slap poncho over there in Chicago with the size at 6'8", the length, 7'2" wingspan, athletic, obviously, physical, not afraid of contact at all. His hands are humongous. If you ever watch his tape, he like just palms the ball and goes and dunks and shit. It's nuts. But Dalen Swain's also in play here. I think that would be really good actually. Um, Again, another guy that kind of fits that slap. Can shoot the ball a little bit better than Karim Lopez, I think, and is definitely a better defender. So I think maybe Dalen Swain is the play here. Cam Carr is still here. I keep talking about him because he's like my guy, like the number one guy for me in this draft. I think he should have went lottery, but what do I know? I'm not a GM. So yeah, Cam Carr is still here. I would love if Chicago picked him. I think that gives him uh, a pathway to be a star being in Chicago, which I would love, and I think that he could be a star. But yeah, it's looking like he might get the short end of the stick. I think the pick is probably going to be Dalen Swain. If not Dalen Swain, I think they're going to go with Karim Lopez. But yeah, outside of that, I don't really see like I don't think they're a LeBaron Philon team. I don't even know why Isaiah Evans is right here. Um, Christian Act, that'd be too high. Let me sort it like this. Never mind. That was dumb. Yeah. Um, Core Pete way too high. Alan Graves is high as well. Um, Ibuka Corey, me personally, another one of my guys. I don't think he would be too high for him, but you also have a logjam of guards there in Chicago. Jaden Quaidens, like I mentioned before, is probably gonna like has been reported to maybe fall outside of the first round. So I'm not sure. Do they round two? Where? Yeah, they don't have an early second round pick, so I don't think that you would be able to get him anyways. But I mean, this wouldn't be a bad spot for him to go grab a Jaden Quaidens and project to have a front court of modest Caleb Wilson and Jaden Quaidens. Now the shooting there would be questionable in the future, but yeah, I mean the defense and the length at 6'10", and 6'11", 7 foot, I think Jaden Quaidens is something like that. Yeah, I mean that would be good to project, but I think the pick is probably going to be a wing or a two guard, which would be either Cam Carr or Dalen Swain. Um, I don't think I don't think there are like good enough bigs that are still here. If you do want to take a big, I do think that a trade down would probably be the best option there because you can definitely trade down and get Sanak, Quainance, Vasar. He's been said to probably fall out of the first round as well. Zuby Ejiofor has gotten a lot of smoke in the first round recently, as well as Terrence Reed. I think Terrence Reed would be really good for them, but I'm not sure if he fits their age timeline necessarily. But you know, I'm not an NBA GM, so anything can happen. Clearly, as we saw Morez Johnson going number 9, not saying that that was like crazy or nothing, but it just kind of was unexpected, especially out of the 3 Michigan guys. But yeah, on a commercial break right now, the pick is in for Chicago, and kind of like I said earlier, they're probably gonna roll through a lot of commercials now that we're out of the lottery and kind of get this time slot moving. But yeah, oh, we're back now, so hopefully we get this pick within the next like 2 to 3 minutes. Um, While they're doing that, I'm just gonna get some water real quick. I am parched. Back just in time, man. Adam Silver at the podium. Dalen Swain is the pick. Cam Carr is still falling, but Dalen Swain is a really, really good pick for the Chicago Bulls. New 2K Challenge rebuilding with no picks. That could be cool. But yeah, Dalen Swain is the pick here for the Chicago Bulls. First pick outside of the lottery. I like it. I'm definitely a fan. Um, he was kind of one of my guys, especially early on in the draft process. He was one of my guys, but he kind of fell in that list. But yeah, 6'7", lengthy. I think that he'll be a solid shooter at the NBA level. Can defend. You know, that was kind of his calling card, especially at Xavier in his first year. Can defend. It kind of fell off this year at Texas, being tasked a little bit more offensively. But even being tasked more offensively, he showed some really good flashes of being able to put the ball on the floor and get to the rim and get to the midi and you know be a solid offensive piece. I think that he could be like a third option on a championship team, maybe averaging like a 14, 15, something like that. Still being able to guard the best player on the floor on the other side. And yeah, sit him next to Caleb Wilson. That's a good draft class. It's a really good draft class. If you're the Chicago Bulls in the new regime, you just picked up who did they pick up as their coach? I forget. Tiago Splitter. Yeah, just picked up Tiago Splitter as your coach. Dalen Swain at pick 15. Caleb Wilson at pick 4. New GM, new president of basketball ops, just everything new down there in Chicago, and I'm loving it. I'm loving everything that they've done so far in this offseason. So yeah, moving on to pick 16. with the Memphis Grizzlies, yet another team picking again in this draft as they pick Cameron Boozer at pick number 3. Um, I'm gonna say it again. Cam Carr's still here. Cam Carr's still here. So somebody gonna go get him, please. Um, they did get Cam Boozer, so LeBaron Philon could be in play. One of these guards could be in play, possibly if they're looking at moving John Morant. Um, I don't know if I have like a prediction here, to be honest. I would go Cam Carr. I know I keep saying it, but I would go Cam Carr or LeBaron Philon. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much. I mean, either Cam Carr, LeBaron Philon. I think Ibuka Corey. I had him in my mocks going here. I think he'd be really good for them. But once again, if you're gonna pick one of these guards, you're pretty much like bagging on John Morant not being there, um, at least by the trade deadline next year. But if there's some like a lot of uncertainty there, I think Cam Carr is the guy. I don't really see like nobody else like that would really be in contention. If I'm gonna be honest, I think it's really just like you go guard or maybe you're cool with Christian Ack. I wouldn't be cool with Christian Ack this high, but maybe you're cool with that. Maybe you're cool with taking a chance on Jaden Quainance. Um, but you already got Zach Edey, who's kind of like had a little bit of an injury history, at least with in the NBA. So I'm not too sure about that. Um, obviously, you just pick Cam Boozer, but if you believe in Kareem Lopez could be in and being like a 3 next to Cam Boozer and kind of have it like a size and stocky, strong front court of Kareem, Cam Boozer, and Zach Edey, like I think you go ahead and do it. Like that's cool. Now Kareem will obviously have to, figure out his shooting and be a better defender if he's going to play the 3 because he's a little bit slow-footed and doesn't really move like super well laterally. But I mean, hey, if you think you can uh, develop him to be a perimeter defender and be able to knock down the 3 ball, you can go get him and move him to your 3 spot next to Cam Boozer. In terms of the small forwards, not really. Nothing. Nothing. It's literally nothing. Isaiah Evans is not going this high. Joshua Jefferson's not like it's nothing. Once again, Cam Carr is still here. Malik is a pretty high pick there as well. But right now, talking to AJ DeBonsa, number 1 overall pick to my Washington Wizards. What's he doing? Oh, he's signing his first NBA traded card. That's cool. He kind of already like it's already warped. It's not going for shit. But yeah, the pick is in here at 16. So we'll see what Memphis is going to do. Once again, I think that the pick should be Cam Carr. If not Cam Carr, it's going to be one of those point guards. Hoping Abuka Corey, but probably not. He's probably going to fall to like Toronto or something like that. But yeah, the pick is in. They're still talking to AJ, so hopefully we get that pick in the next 5 minutes. Cause like it's just yapping, bro. Like I fuck with AJ, and obviously I want to hear from him, but I can watch this later. But here we go. Adam Silver is about to start walking up to the podium with the 17th overall, or is it 17th? No, 16th. My bad. 16th overall pick for the Memphis Grizzlies. They're paying into it, but he's taking a while. There he goes. Maybe it's a trade. Maybe it's a trade going on. Probably not. Yeah, 16th pick. The Memphis Grizzlies will be picking Bennett Sturts. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. Bennett Sturts at pick 16. Is O still in here? Shout out to Bennett Sturts, man. Um, Had a lot of really great workouts, at least that what he said and what Twitter was saying. Had a lot of really great pre-draft workouts. I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of him. Obviously, the underdog come up story, but it's a little high for me personally. It's a little high for me. Obviously, not a bad basketball player. Um, and like I said, one of the point guards was gonna be in play, but I didn't think Bennett Sturts would be the. I didn't think Bennett Sturts would be the guy. So I mean, looking at the rest of the guys right now, LeBaron Philon still here, Anderson and Corey still here, point guard wise. I mean, it was kind of projected that Philon would be like out of that guard crop projected to go in the lottery. He would be the one that would possibly fall outside of the lottery. Cam Carr is obviously still here. Kareem Lopez is. Oh, oh, okay. So he's going to OKC. So OKC has traded for Bennett Sturt. So he's not going to Memphis. He is going to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm pretty sure they probably saw. Did they go up one? They picked Bennett Sturts though. Was that really the play? Let me. That's interesting. Is that? I'm gonna wait. Let me go check Twitter real quick just so I can get the trade details so I can update this 2K shit. But like, um, mm, 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 mm. I'm not seeing anything. I mean, obviously they said it on the broadcast, so like, it's word, but I'm not seeing like the full trade. Let me hear what they gotta say. So I'm assuming Adam Silver's gonna announce this trade after this next pick. Um, yeah. Did they? What did they? Oh well, no, they said 2 second round picks. I'm deaf as shit. But seriously? So this is Memphis. Okay, they just flop. Okay. Okay, then they threw 2 seconds in there. Let me see if Shams has. Let me see if Shams has like the full shebang. Get 2 second round picks. Okay, I'm just gonna put whatever second round picks because it's not really that. I'm not gonna put them for this year, but just to make sure we get that all right. So now this is the Memphis Grizzlies up, grabbing 2 second round picks just to move back one spot. Not a bad shot at all. Um, yeah. Is this pick in quite yet? No, not yet. Still about 40 seconds left. Yeah, Bennett Sturts to Oklahoma City. So what does that mean? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Obviously, I think Lou Dort's gone. They picked up a Daymar, and they were just talking about they don't think Isaiah Hartenstein is coming back. And I mean, I guess financially that makes sense. But yeah, I don't. I'm confused. Like, I'm just really confused. They already have a logjam of guards. They were able to get off of. Um, they were able to get off of Lou Dort possibly. I would think that you would want to get a rookie scale deal guy in that spot instead of a point guard. But I mean, I don't know. Here at 18 or 17, excuse me, for the Memphis Grizzlies. Dare I say it again, Cam Carr. Um, Cam Carr, LeBaron Philon still here, but I don't know. I think Cam Carr is a pick, and I personally think it's pretty obvious. So the pick is in now, just waiting for them to finish yapping and get Adam Silver up here. Ugh, why did she say that? I know I didn't hear it, but she just said some corny shit. Oh my god, can we just get on with the pick? Like, we understand it's a trade. Shit. I don't know. LeBaron Fallon's still here. If he doesn't go right here at the Grizzlies, shit, I don't know, man. Yeah, Bennett Sturts is now part of the Oklahoma City Thunder. They traded up one spot with the Grizzlies, so now the Grizzlies are picking here at 17. Super interesting, in my opinion. I don't really know, like, what the direction is for that. But here we go with the 17th pick. The Grizzlies will be grabbing Abuka Okori. That's exactly what I thought they should do. Now, I know I said Cam Carr and LeBaron Fowler was still there, but I didn't think Abuka Okori would be taking it high just because of consensus and what I was seeing a lot. But, man, Abuka Okori, one of my guys in this draft, bro. I think he could be like a guy, bro. Like, top 10 point guard in the league type shit. Like, I think he could be one of them ones. Can put the ball in the basket whatever way you want it. The playmaking obviously is gonna have to get a little bit better, but he's a solid passer. But I wouldn't say that he's like a creator for others necessarily. But whenever he's in his bag and trying to create, he's gonna go get a bucket, and he definitely did that at Stanford. I think he averaged like 23 points. I think he averaged like 23 points, something like that. Solid efficiency. I think like 42% from the field. I know it was 34% from three. Um, yeah, I really like this from Memphis. Yeah, so obviously I think we're pretty much, it's pretty much known that John Morant is gonna be gone, but yeah, Abuka Corey, man, I didn't think he was gonna go this high, but I'm excited. Definitely didn't think he was gonna go ahead of Cam Carr, but yeah, man, this is a really good draft and pick for Memphis. You grab Abuka Corey and you get two second round picks. I mean, you you just asset building, and um, that front office over there is doing a really good job, at least as of right now. So yeah. Um, this next pick, as of right now, is the Charlotte Hornets. Who knows what else is gonna happen? But LeBaron Furlong's still here. Cam Carr is still here. Kareem Lopez is still here. Kristen Knight Jr. is here. Christian Anderson is here for the Charlotte Hornets. They just picked Hans Steinbach at pick 13. No, 14. They picked Hans Steinbach at pick 14. So um, I think this is Kareem Lopez. If I'm being honest, I think this is Kareem Lopez. I think you could get like a Miles Bridges replacement. And if not Kareem Lopez, once again, Cam Carr. But I think it's one of those two guys. I really don't see anybody else being in play. I don't think they would go point guard and get Phylon, or maybe they would. Maybe they would, and they don't bring back Kobe White. But I think they got really good production out of Kobe White when they traded for him last year, and I think they can get him back on like a relatively cheap deal. So I don't know. I mean, obviously they're gonna know a little bit more with the negotiation stuff and his deal. So if it's not looking like Kobe White is playing ball, then LeBaron Fallon could definitely uh, be in play here and be next to go. But if it were me, it would be Cam Carr. But clearly, I don't know anything because he's still on the board, and I thought he probably should have been off the board like 6 picks ago, 6 or 7 picks ago. But hey, we move. Let me go ahead. That commercial right now. Let me tap into Twitter, see what's going on. Oh yeah, AJ already on the phone with Alex Sarr. Love to see it. Trey Young posting about AJ. 6 rings of steel. Not surprised he's falling out the lottery, but there are not 14 players in this draft better than LeBaron Philon. And that very well may be true, but yeah, I don't know. Looking at the draft right now, if we want to talk about winners, the obvious is obviously the Wizards. But outside of that, I think both teams that have made multiple picks in the Grizzlies and the Bulls, or all three teams, honestly, the Grizzlies, Bulls, and the Bucks, really good picks. Like the Grizzlies, you walk out with Cam Boozer, Anabuka, Corey, a guard and a big of the future. For the Bulls, you walk out with Caleb Wilson and Dalen Swain. That fits your mantra. Length, defense. Offense is gonna have to get a little bit better, but hey, you kind of figured that out. And the Bucks, obviously coming off of the Giannis trade and grabbing Braden Burries and Nate Ament, man, like those are like really good drafts if you ask me, especially really good use of 2 picks, some in the lottery, at least for the Bucks, and then obviously outside of the lottery for the Grizzlies and the Bulls. Um, a surprise pick at 9 being Morris Johnson. I like it. I think it's a little high. I think you maybe could have traded back and still got Morez, but yeah, a good pick nonetheless. I'm not gonna act like Morez is like a bum or something. Really good basketball player, and I think he could be really good, especially next to Cooper Flag. Um, Jackson Lennerborg at 11. It was interesting because I just saw on Twitter that Mike Dunleavy and I forget, I think it's Joe Lacob now. Like they were kind of like at odds at who to pick, and that's kind of just been the story of like the Warriors. Like it just seems like that front office in there is just like not seeing eye to eye on anything, and they haven't seen eye to eye on anything for a couple of years now, since probably like 2021 when they picked James Wiseman. But yeah, back from commercial break over and Brooklyn. The pick is in at 18 for the Charlotte Hornets. And oh, is this a trade too? Let's see what the pick is, and then we'll do the trades later because that's what they're doing. I would check Twitter, but I don't want to spoil it for myself because I mean they could spoil the next pick too. But at 18, as of right now, this is the Charlotte Hornets, and they will be grabbing Christian Anderson Jr. Goes ahead of LeBaron Philon. Okay. Wow. Wow. Is this a trade? It's got to be a trade, right? It's got to be a trade. It's got to be like Toronto moving up or like Detroit moving up, something like. Wow. I mean, Christian Anderson, really good ball player, but I don't think he's better than LeBaron Philon. I don't. Wow. I mean, I knew LeBaron Philon was gonna fall, but like, shit. If this isn't a trade and LeBaron Philon's there at 19 for Toronto, they might be like the winners of this draft. like for real. But yeah, just looking right now, like this is the Hornets going after Christian Anderson. So yeah, I mean that kind of all but settles the Kobe White situation in Charlotte. I don't think they would bring him back if they're bringing in Christian Anderson Jr. But to have him come off the bench and be like a microwave scorer, and I mean he averaged 7 assists in college, so like he can come off the bench and kind of give that same type of punch that you get from LaMelo. I mean, it's cool. I like it, but I think you still could have got the same thing and a little bit better in LeBaron Philon. But I mean, hey, you kind of take your pick here with these guards. It's pretty much who you like at this point. It's not really so much like it was um, with Keaton and Michael and Darius Acuff, where it's kind of like a like if you don't go in this order or in some sort of order like this, like you're drunk. Um, but yeah, I think this is really good for Charlotte. Once again, I do think that LeBaron Philon would have been a little bit better for them. But yeah. Let me check Twitter just to be 100% sure this isn't a trade before this next pick comes through. Okay. Okay. So the Grizzlies traded, obviously, as we know, they traded, was this pick 16? This pick went to Oklahoma City. At 17, Detroit moves up from 21 to 17 to go get Abuka Akori, and the Detroit Pistons, or excuse me, the Memphis Grizzlies moved back to 21. Okay, so Detroit goes and gets like a secondary ball handler, a secondary scorer. Like I'm pretty sure they were hoping that he would be there, but I think if that's your guy, like especially I think they only gave up what, 3 second round picks? Yeah, you only give up 3 second round picks and you go and you move up to go get one of your guys. Hey, I'm down with that if I'm the Detroit Pistons. And I wonder what this means for the Tyler Hero thing. Like, are they still gonna be able to go out and get him, or if they want to, or if or does them drafting Abuka Corey, does that kind of say like, hey, like we're cool off Tyler Hero in that whole saga, and maybe we just still go get like a Norman Powell. But in terms of trading like our core, like we don't want to get rid of like an Isaiah Stewart or Ron Holland to Isaiah Stewart or Ron Holland to go get like a Tyler Hero, where you can just go and sign a Norman Powell in free agency. But still here at 19, um, the Baron Philon is like here and should be the pick. Like in terms of big, you could go Sinak. I think Quaidance, in terms of his injuries thing, I think he would still be a little bit too high. But LeBaron Philon's still here, and you kind of need guard play and shooting, and he fits both of those like to a T. And I mean, I don't know. I think he should have been off the board way earlier. But he's here at 19, and if you're Toronto and you don't pick him, truth be told, I think you're stupid. If you don't pick him, you're stupid. And if you don't pick him, you're still stupid, but it better be Cam Carr. You know what I mean? Like they at least need to pick like a shooter. Like I don't know. Kind of like I said earlier for who was I talking about? Was it I might have been talking about the Raptors. No, I was talking about the Hawks. Kind of like earlier for the Hawks. You can just go out and like go get like a solid center and like some size. I feel like in free agency or the trade market, like Miles Turner and those guys. But yeah, LeBaron Philon being here at 19, like come on, dog, come on, has to be, has to be. They just said it on the broadcast. It has to be some perimeter shooting, and you can get perimeter shooting, playmaking, and and some point guard play all in one if you go get LeBaron Philon. So I think that should be the pick here. And Adam Silver's he's here announcing the pick right now. Alan Graves? Oh my God. Alan Alan Graves goes 19 to Toronto. Once let me check. Let me. I gotta check Twitter. This has to be a trade. It has to. I had to be being punked or something. Once again, like Alan Graves is cool. Like I'm a fan, but like, bro, the Baron fight line is right there. Like what? I don't know. Kind of a redundant pick if you ask me. Like obviously super versatile, can play the wing, can play like the four, but you have a lot of guys that can do that. You don't have a lot of guys that can like be a point guard and shoot the ball. Now obviously he can make an open three, but like I don't know. He just doesn't. I don't think he really like fits the need, bro. If I'm being honest, or fits a need. And I mean, hey, I'm more of an advocate for picking who you think is best player available. But if it's this egregious, I don't know, cause I think LeBaron Fallon is easily the best player available. But I mean, hey, I don't know. Maybe they'll go out and they think they can go get a point guard in free agency, like a steady point guard. Um, I'm not really completely sure he was in free agency, but yeah, I don't know. That's wow. I kind of had him mocked to OKC at like 17, a couple times, but if he didn't go 17, I was kind of assuming that his floor would be um, his floor would be the Sixers. I think he would have been really good for the Sixers, but I don't know, man. Now we have the Spurs, and Cam Carr falls in your lap. Like, I mean, that would kind of be a redundant pick with Devin Vassell already on the roster, and I think you should go four. Uh, a lot of times, I mean, I'm pretty sure in like all of my mocks, except for the first one I did. The first one I did, I had Kobe P, but every other mic has been Chris Sinek here um, at the Spurs, and once again, like I'm a best player available kind of guy, but you can't pick LeBaron Philon, obviously, with your log jam of point guards, not just guards in general, but point guards. Um, Cam Carr would be cool, but once again, log jam of guards with De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, Steph Castle, Devin Vassell. Um, yeah, but the four spot is really kind of weak in my opinion, especially in the size department with Champagny at 6'7", 6'6", playing the four, and a lot of times, and especially backup five behind Wemby is you know it's never gonna be it's never gonna be good enough. I don't think, especially just because of how much Wemby impacts both ends of the floor. But if you can go out and get a Chris Sinak to play beside or even behind Wemby, I think that's good. I think he can come in defensively, can can be good on the glass, can be good, a solid rim protector, can step out and guard the perimeter just a little bit. So it's not so much like Luke Cornett where you're kind of just playing and drop and hoping that he can muck up the paint. He can kind of step out and switch a little bit, which the Spurs like to do. Um, but yeah, if not Sanak, if not Carr, Karim Lopez is still here. If you want to sit him at the four and kind of be like a brute force next to Wimby, um, down the line, That would be cool. But yeah, ESPN saying their team needs is a stretch four. Obviously, kind of didn't mention with Chris Nack, but he projects to be a pretty solid stretch four and be able to stretch the floor. Karim Lopez is obviously going to have to improve his 3 point shot. Who made this draft? Because why is 3 point shot one of his strengths? Did you watch him at in the NBL? Not a great shooter. Now I'm not sure about anything before that. Maybe that's the deal. But yeah, um, you could take a chance on Koa Pete once again to be like a brute force next to Wimby. But obviously he's not as much of a floor spacer, so I don't know if that will work too much. But yeah, he could also come in and contribute like right away, personally. But yeah, time clock is up for the Spurs. The pick should be in pretty soon. Are they like booing? What's going on? It sounds like they're booing in there. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it sounds like they're booing in there. I don't know, but pick is in here at 20 for San Antonio. Pretty sure Adam Silver will be walking out at any second. But they're right now talking about Karim Lopez and his story. Um, he was projected to go in a lottery a lot of this draft cycle, but kind of fell off towards the end. Um, I like him a lot. One of my guys in this draft. Um, I think he could be like a Jalen Johnson kind of guy with a little bit less playmaking. But I think he would be solid in San Antonio next to Wimby. But we don't really know what they're going for, obviously, because the pick hasn't been made yet. Mm. Yeah, maybe they do go for it because I don't know if they go wing or like a tweener 3-4 because Carter Bryant had a lot of really good moments, especially during the playoffs defensively, and he can only get better offensively. So yeah, I think Chris Nack is the pick here, like for sure. Yeah. So a little recap of the past few picks. At 16, this is the Oklahoma City Thunder taking Bennett Sturts. At 17, this is the Detroit Pistons going to get Abuka Okori. And 18 was Christian Anderson Jr. 19 was the Raptors. The Spurs are on the clock right now. The pick is in, and the Grizzlies will be picking at 21 and acquiring like 5 first round picks for trading back that much. But here we go. Adam Silver, the San Antonio Spurs are selecting Jaden Quaidens. Okay. Did not expect that. I thought he was gonna fall a little bit more, but that's a good pick. He can play. Um, he can play the four. He can play the backup five, and obviously the injury concerns are there. But defensively, like his tape is nuts. Like it's nasty, bro. So if he can be healthy, man, that defensive front court with Wimby and him, like ain't shit getting through there. Ain't shit getting through the paint. Jaden Quaidens can come out. He can step out a little bit on he can step out a little bit and play a little bit of on the perimeter defensively, but offensively, obviously, there's a lot to be desired. So the fit next to Wimby in that sense um, would be interesting. But Jaden Quaidens at pick number 20. Yeah, pretty interesting draft so far. Especially, like I said, Morez at 9. That was probably the surprise of the lottery. Yaxel goes 11. Native Man makes it into the lottery, and then we get a slurry of trades from the Grizzlies, who move down. Now they're on the clock at 21. Ben goes to OKC. Abuka Corey is going to Detroit as Detroit moved up from 21, and the Grizzlies moved down to 21. They acquire 5 second-round picks, two from OKC, three from Detroit, to move down. What is it? 5 spots? Four? Five. It's five. They were 16. So they acquired three first-round pick or second-round picks from Detroit and two from Oklahoma City to move down 5 spots at 21. And I'm assuming that Cam Carr will probably be the play here. Oh well, no, LeBaron or Cam Carr. I think it's really just between those two, um, and I think it just depends on where you see John Morant. Do you see John Morant still being there in your future? If so, I think you go Cam Carr. If you see John Morant being traded within the next year, or by the trade deadline, or even by next year, or the year after, excuse me, then yeah, I think LeBaron Fowler is the guy. You I mean, there's some pretty good asset management going on in this draft so far from Memphis. Obviously, you grab Cam Boozer at pick number 3, and then you trade back 5 spots and get 5 first round picks. First round picks, second round picks, a second round pick for each spot you went down, and you can still get a guy that you were probably going to pick at 16 anyways. So, yeah, really, really good asset management from the Memphis front office, and I'm liking this draft so far from them. And as long as they don't go crazy off the walls, then I mean, I think they could probably be like the winner of the draft. Let's go and do another Twitter check, see if any trades are going on. Now, of course, everybody's glazing the Wizards, of course. Uh, let's see what Shams is talking about. So yeah, he's not talking about anything. It's not looking like any trades are going on. Let's see what people are saying about this Allen Graves pick. Yeah, yeah, a lot of people kind of confused, kind of like I was. Let's see what this Christian Anderson pick is getting. Stupid ass Twitter bot. Yeah, not really much going on there. Um, yeah, I guess that does mean Nikola Topic might be maybe on the market. With the Ben pick for the Oklahoma City Thunder. I wonder what people are saying about that. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I don't know. Not really much going on there, but back from commercial break. The Grizzlies pick is in now. Abuka Corey went 17, but that was the Pistons who traded up from 21. The Oklahoma City Thunder picked Ben at 16. They moved up one with the Grizzlies, so now the Grizzlies are picking at 21, and they acquired 5 second-round picks from those two teams. They still talking? We just got back from commercial break. We should be going straight into the pick. Like, we're at 21 now. We're getting to the muck of the draft because after, I mean, there's a little bit more solid prospects than I thought would be left because I didn't think Cam Carr would still be here. I didn't think Phylon would still be here. By now, I didn't think Sanak would be here. So I mean, it's cool. It's a little bit more interesting now than I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, pick is in now. Adam Silver is here, and the Grizzlies pick Karim Lopez. Hmm. I mean, I kind of mentioned it earlier that maybe if you project that he could be a three next to Cam Boozer, and you kind of have this bruising lineup of Karim Lopez, Cam Boozer, and Zach Edey, like that's cool. Like I'm a fan of that. So yeah, um, another one of my guys in this draft. Obviously, he's gonna have to improve his shooting, especially if I'm projecting that they're gonna want him to play the three next to Cam Boozer. But I'm 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 cool with this. I'm cool with this. You move back 5 spots, you get 5 second round picks. Um, and I'm pretty sure this is a guy that they probably would have picked at 16 anyway. So you acquire assets to get somebody that you were gonna go out and grab anyways. You can never be mad at that. But maybe this means John Morant is here to stay around a little bit. Cause I mean, shit, you look at the roster. Let's go take a quick look. Still, John Morant, Ty Jerome, backup two or backup one, excuse me. Cedric Coward, Cam Spencer off the bench at the two, Jalen Wells, and what would be Karim Lopez at the three, Cam Boozer at the four, Aldama still here, Gigi Jackson, obviously. You still have Zach Edey. So, like, man, like, yeah, they low key got like a steal. Because Karim Lopez, I thought was a lottery pick, and you get him at 21. Yeah, bro. Like, he can, yeah. If he can get that 3 point shot down early, bro, Memphis is gonna be scary, bro. They're gonna be scary. That's A plus job there from Memphis, bro. That is an A plus job there. But now we're on to pick 22 with the Philadelphia 76ers. Sanak is still here. I think he should be the pick. Um, I don't think they go Phylon. Carr maybe. I think Isaiah Evans would be a little high. Taking another look. Zuby Ejiofor, I think I've heard has been in play here. I'm not too sure about that, to be honest. Um, I don't think Terrace Reed will work well next to Wimby, and I don't think you kind of go back up big here at this spot. But yeah, okay. So they're saying that Falon maybe be in play just because a backup guard would be good, especially with yeah, Maxi did play I think the most minutes or averaged the most minutes per game in the league, and VJ's minutes were high as a rookie. So a backup guard could be in play, but I I mean I don't know. I'd much rather sign like a steady guard on free agency than to um, use a 22nd overall pick on a backup guard, and it's not really like our like main position of need. But yeah, I think it's Chris Tanak, honestly. I think it's Chris Tanak. Maybe if you do want to go wing, you go Cam Carr. But yeah, I think Chris Tanak can come in and really contribute right now and be able to fill a need. Not only that, and I think he would probably be their best player available. Well, no, because LeBaron Fallon would definitely be the best player available. I think for every team right now, because he was projected lottery. But yeah, pick is still not in. We got about 45 seconds till the Sixers timer is up. So yeah, we'll figure out soon. But they're kind of just talking through the best available prospects right now. That's nuts, bro. Zuby Ejiofor is fifth on the best available right now, and we're at pick 22. If you would have told me that back before the combine, I would have called you crazy. And if you would have told me that Cam Carr would still be on the board after the combine at pick 22, I would have called you nuts. Because he should have been off the board, bro. I'm telling you, yo. Whoever is going to sit there and let Cam Carr fall into their laps back here in the back end of this draft. Oh my, if he goes to the Knicks, bro, it's bad. If he goes to the Lakers, it's bad. The late, bro, I think the Lakers might trade up. I think the Lakers could possibly trade up and get Cam Carr. I think they should. I really think they should. Shit, if Cam Carr was gonna be this late, I don't know if I would have given up that 28th pick if I'm Minnesota. I mean, obviously you want to get off Julius Randle's money, but you could have used 28 to move up and go get Cam Carr. He would have been really good for you in Minnesota. He would be good at 26 to Denver. Like I said, the Knicks. I'm not so sure about the Hawks. I don't think he would play a lot. Um, Solid for the Sixers. Celtics would be really good to have him. Not so sure about Brooklyn, but I honestly don't think he gets past 26, like for sure. I don't think Cam Carr gets past 26. But I've also been saying Cam Carr should have been picked since like 10, 9. Yeah, 9. So Baron Fallon crying. Is he the pick? Did they just call him? I think the Sixers just picked LeBaron Philon. Here we go. Adam Silver is walking up now. I'm pretty sure the pick is LeBaron Philon. Oh my god. Yep. The pick was LeBaron Philon to the Philadelphia 76ers. Man. I mean, he shouldn't have fell this far, so shit. At 22, you go get him. I'm not super mad about it, but LeBaron Philon, a projected lottery guard still on the board at 22, you go and get him, bro. Man, and I mean, you kind of get a contingency plan. Like, maybe eventually we want to say, hey, like, Maxi, we appreciate everything you've done, and B, we appreciate everything you've done, but we're gonna go in a different direction, and we're gonna kind of say, hey, LeBaron and VJ, like, we gonna give y'all the keys, and we just gonna rock out like that. But yeah, clearly best player available here. And now we kind of move on to pick 23, who earlier in the draft the Atlanta Hawks picked. Um, what the hell am I doing? The Atlanta Hawks picked Kingston Flemings at number 8. So I think they would be looking big here. Chris and Nack is here. Hey, man. Yeah. Chris and Nack should be the pick. Uh, Koa Pete maybe might be in play here. He might be in play here. Cam Carr obviously is the best player available left right now. If I'm Atlanta, I would pick him. But once again, I've been saying he should be picked since pick 9. Um, yeah, Isaiah Evans. You can get some shooting, but you did just get Wiggins, right? Or did they get Isaiah Joe? They got one of them. They did just get one of them, so you did help your shooting department. So I'm not so sure that you would go out and grab Isaiah Evans, who doesn't really, doesn't really do much else besides be a movement shooter. But yeah, Kristen Nack being here, I think you jump all over that if you're the Atlanta Hawks. Especially you got Kingston Flemings earlier. You can still come out with a really, really good big in this class. So I think this should be the pick. But I mean, hey, we've had plenty of surprises in this draft so far. With Bennett Sturts going 16 to Oklahoma City. Abuka, not a surprise to me, but probably a surprise to a lot of people. Abuka going 17 to the Pistons. Christian Anderson Jr. going 18 above LeBaron. Alan Graves going 19, 20 being Quaynitz, 21 being Karim Lopez. Like this 16 to 21 range, like I don't think anybody could have predicted this. Whether they predicted the trades or not, like there's no way you would have told me Benesturts would have been picked here at 16. There's no way you would have told. Well, actually, I did have Abuka Corey at 16 in my last mock, so I pat myself on the back for that one. But yeah, there's no way you would have told me that Alan Graves would be the pick here for the Raptors at 19. I pretty much had Chris Nack mocked to the Spurs since like my second mock back in what, May, April, May. I've had Nack mock here, and Jaden Quaidens falls here to 20 when he was projected lottery a lot of the draft cycle up until like the last week or two. I'm assuming the medicals had to have been bad if he fell this far because the defensive upside is something that I would take a chance on in the lottery. But